Hello folks, welcome back to the channel. My name is Joel Duggan and this is the LEGO Let's Chat. Normally it's on a Friday, but today it's on a Saturday because of UPS and the wonky delivery that was supposed to happen on Thursday. That did not happen on Thursday. I ended up picking it up this morning from a UPS depot downtown, and unfortunately the box was really damaged. I have propped it back up to the best of my ability, and it does not look like anything is missing. The box was still sealed, but the box was pretty heavily damaged, and I might actually try to return it. I'm gonna try to build it and see how far I get, and talk to LEGO and see what they might do. A little bit of online research told me that they do not send out replacement boxes. It just sucks because I'm kind of a collector, and I have not had any really badly damaged boxes come, so this is a surprise. Anyway, I am excited about the set. I'm really happy with Bumblebee and Optimus Prime. They were really fun. Soundwave was one of my favorites growing up, and I think this is going to be a fun build. We've also got Ravage and Laserbeak in the set as well, and this is a sizable set. He stands as tall as Optimus Prime, I think, very close to it. I think the website said it was 13 inches, give or take. Mini Hollywood, hello, welcome in. SweetSandi, good to see you. Blast Jordan, hello, hello. Hope everyone's having a good Saturday so far. It's probably going to be a double stream day just for people that are looking to hang out for a while. I'm probably going to transition from the LEGO Let's Chat into Satisfactory. I'll probably have a short break in between, 10-15 minutes to grab a cup of coffee or brew some coffee, and then we'll start off with some more Satisfactory. But we'll probably tackle at least a couple of bags of this today and see where we get to, but I'm looking forward to it. I think it's gonna be really, really fun. Anonymous has gifted a tier 1 sub to Moira. Thanks very much for the tier 1 sub. I really appreciate that. Subs, of course, are 25% off for the month of September. A 1 month or 3 month sub is 25, and a 6 month sub is 30% off. The streamers still get the same cut, but if you'd like to support your favorite streamer, then this is a fantastic month to do it. So Anonymous, thank you ever so much for the gift sub for Moira. Moira, if you haven't already, I know you're already in the Discord, I think, for Patreon, but for folks that don't know, if you are a Twitch sub, then you can join my Discord server. All you have to do is connect your Discord and your Twitch accounts, and then you can get into the Discord. So I unfortunately have already opened this because I had to try and prop the box up. So we'll just try and pull out the stuff the best we can and take a look at the box. I'm not sure how I feel about these giant warnings. There's when there's batteries or things in Lego sets, they put these like warnings on all the boxes, but it's not an attractive design. Like I can see it on the side, like that's fine, but why are you putting it on the front? I mean, I'm assuming probably some sort of legal thing that they have to do. The book kind of got banged up too. Yeah, this box was properly, you can see the crumple line, like it was a good inch, just 2 inches smushed straight down on the corner. And yeah, you can see even more on the back. So on the back, got some versions of him transforming. We've got all the accessories, little version of him on the stand, and of course he's got a sound brick. We've actually used this before. That was in the retro radio set, and that looks like it's going to go in there and play some cool sounds. He had a very iconic voice in the cartoon. 7 inches wide and 13 inches tall. And then so we got Ravage on one side and warnings and stuff on the other. Does anybody know, does anybody have any experience with returning stuff to Lego? Like, I know I can return it for a replacement set, and I would be okay with disassembling and sending it back. I would be happy to just send it back and not build it if I hadn't already scheduled a stream for today. Pain in the butt. I don't know what that might be, his front. So we'll grab Spag 1 and 2. Stickers. Bane of our existence. Hey, that is a tier 1 sub from Dad from Bear, 37 months. Thanks so much, Dad from Bear. I love how colorful these Transformers sets are. Yeah, I would be happy to return and get a replacement. Did that kick off a hype train? I think that kicked off a hype train. Level 1 hype train, well on the way. 4 minutes left. If you want to participate, it is 100 bits or a tier 1 sub. One and 2. Away we go. Silver, you love Soundwave and Laserbeak, one of your favorites. Does anybody have a favorite Transformer? Wow, that's the first time a bag has ripped on me like that. I mean, let's exclude Optimus Prime, just because I feel like a lot of people would have Prime as a favorite. But I think when I was a kid, if I was to remember the toys, I would say that my favorite, I think Ironhide was cool. Because he had like a trailer that turned into like a gun. And I remember Soundwave was a cool one. Oh, there's like a... I guess we're starting with the stand, maybe? Soundwave, Optimus, Starscream, and Wheeljack. Yeah. I didn't like Starscream as a character. He was a cool toy, but I didn't like him as a character. I'm trying to think about my favorite Transformer. Yeah, I want to say I can think of the toys, but I can't remember the names. There was one that was like a two-headed dragon type thing, and he was the middle part of a big combiner sets. One of the toys I had, and I think I still have in a closet somewhere. Oh, I think I still have all of my Transformers. But Omega Supreme was a really cool kit when I was a kid, because it was like a battery operated train, and it would go around on a track in a circle. I thought it was super cool. Oh, that's right. I forget about the Dinobots. Slag, Snarl, Sledge. Yeah. I had Grimlock. I think I had... Which one was the Stegosaurus? I had the Stegosaurus too. I left my coffee in the other room. Just give me 1 second. Swoop, yes. Swoop was the pterodactyl. A buddy of mine had the scorpion base, the great big one. Can't remember the name of that one. The Warmbo said you had what appears to be the original Grimlock toy. No idea where it ended up. Yeah, I know that a lot of my stuff got sold in yard sales. I think I lost all my Ninja Turtles that way. I actually started collecting Transformers again when I was in my 20s. I bought when they came out with the Transmetal Beast Wars ones. So I've got Transmetal Optimus Primal, I've got Transmetal Megatron, Rat Trap, Arachnus somebody. Tarantulas maybe? Tarantulas. And I don't know if I have the cheetah. I think I have the crab. I think his name was Rampage. I don't have the Dinobot one, the Raptor. I thought I had more than that, but maybe I didn't. I maybe have the Manta Ray. I know that once they started getting larger and cooler, they started to get a lot more expensive. I kind of wonder what they were building the tapes. Each one of these sets starts off a little bit differently. I used to have Sunstreaker and Sideswipe, the Lamborghini twins. Nice. Sunstreaker is one of the robots, one of the Autobots that we used as a reference for one of the factories that we built in Satisfactory. The computer and circuit board factory is based off of Sunstreaker. It doesn't really look like him. The way that I decided to do the designs in Satisfactory is basically color and shape language theming for the factory is based on Transformers. I mean, the Megatron power facility doesn't really even look like Megatron. I'd say we're building one of the tapes. Or maybe the, yeah, I think we're building one of the tapes. Which is interesting. Normally they don't start off with that kind of stuff. What's neat about the tapes is that they are going to transform as well. So we're actually getting 3 transforming sets. Or 3 transforming designs, I guess. And I hope the decal on his chest is pre-printed. Having to put a sticker on like that will be touch and go. Yep, I would say that this is Laserbeak for sure. Probably Ravage as well. Socializing with 400 students, Blast Jordan. That sounds like not my favorite day. Are you a teacher? I don't think I knew that. Gonna bug me. I initially thought yesterday was only 200 and it was semi-manageable, but then earlier today I was told that there were 400 split in groups of 200, which is where my brain might have been confused. Yeah, that sounds confusing. Silvery says I did like Starscream, Skywarp, and Thundercracker. They were all just like the same toy though, with different paint jobs, right? Not a teacher, you just invited to guide the students. Oh, I see. Dang it. That's an interesting piece. I don't think I've ever seen one like that with the grip on it and the little slot. No lurking in the IRL situation? No. No, I don't imagine you'd be able to lurk. IRL situation. Definitely tried that before. Silver bits. These little metallic pieces are always really cool looking. Blue jay in my backyard sounds like Laserbeak. It's been a really long time since I watched a good Transformers cartoon. I really like Transformers 1. We talked about that on the Citadel Cafe podcast. Everything but Bumblebee. They didn't do Bumblebee justice. I can't remember the name of the actor, but he's obnoxious. At least as that character. Or how he wanted to portray the character. You thought the Blue Jay was outside where you are? Nope. That's just how loud they are here. Imagine that at 5:47 every morning. And it's still too warm to sleep with my windows shut. So I've been trying to figure out a way that I can play music in the background on these LEGO streams and not have it be something that's in my ears, because I can't seem to have it be something that I can't hear, but something that you can hear. I don't want it to end up on the VOD track. That I know how to do. Elkhorn, hello. Yeah, the kit is looking pretty cool. Minus the smashed up box. It's looking pretty good. The LEGO Sound Brick. Press the play button to activate the built-in LEGO Sound Brick and listen to iconic Soundwave phrases inspired by the animated series, the Transformers 1984 to 1987, and new lines specifically recorded for this model. That's cool. Prepare for your building mission. The original Soundwave toy, released in 1984, had yellow eyes. In the series, his eyes were red. This set includes both colors. Cool, we'll probably go with red. Convert Ravage into his stealthy panther-like robot mode, including proton bomb launchers. Attach laser cannons to Laserbeak for optimal aerial surveillance in his bird-like robot mode. Press the play button to activate the LEGO sound brick. Press the eject button to open Soundwave's cassette bay and switch cassettes. Yeah, the toys went inside Soundwave as well. Store your extra decoration tiles in the back of the display plaque. Yeah, I did that with Bumblebee too. I like that they do that. There's like studs on the back of the display, and so you can swap out all this stuff and store it on the back. Pretty cool. Well, that's some fun art. I don't think we had art like this in the Bumblebee book. That's cool. From the LEGO Icons design team, our partner Hasbro has been really helpful throughout the design process, from concept sketches to final versions. For this model, we first focused on Soundwave's overall proportions to make sure we could fit cassettes into the cassette bay. We also began developing authentic sound bites. Visually, we merged Soundwave's appearance in the original, the Transformers series, with the G1 toy incarnation, and did the same for Ravage and Laserbeak. The original toy inspires the conversion between Soundwave's two modes, and with extra stickers and eyes, you can style the model to reflect your favorite look. The micro version of Soundwave references his mass shifting in the series when he shrinks to the size and weight of to truly become a robot in disguise. We used unique building techniques in the shins and a new element in the cassette bay function to convert Soundwave into a micro cassette player mode. His feet fold into his shins, causing a string of interconnected panels to collapse automatically. We even achieved the satisfying lifelike pop and click sound of a real cassette player. That's really cool. And away we go. So we're building a little mini cassette player first, looks like. I forgot about the mass shifting. I knew that Megatron did it. Oh, right away, am I missing a piece? Oh no. Well, that sucks. I don't know if I have a spare piece like that in my little jar of extra pieces. I've got two little ones from other sets. Oh, that extra piece is not an actual piece, says the Wormbo. Wormbo was right. I was right. Thank you, Wormbo. I'm not sure whether it's just a sign of the times, but I jump to the worst case scenario. Wormbo sounds like it's not your first rodeo. Kind of like a preview of what we're going to be getting. Been a bit since I built any Lego. Last time was a couple of years ago, putting together models to gift them to my nephews before. That's been a long time. Right on. Cool. That's a fun little connection to smooth that over. All right, chat. Vote time. Are we doing Laserbeak or Ravage? What's the front plate going to be? I do hole. Should be a lot easier to do this stuff. I wish that Twitch would make it easier. Yeah, like how do I not have a poll button? Like immediately in Twitch chat. Sandy, are you able to set up a poll? Laserbeak or Ravage for the front of the mini Soundwave. Thanks, Cosmic. Why do I not have access to this? All right, so Laserbeak, long piece. I hope they tell us how to transform these guys right away. I remember the Razorbeak and the Ravage toys, they were always pretty good. I had like a T-Rex and a Stegosaurus that were also cassettes. Don't know if they were for Soundwave or if they were for somebody else though. I think they were for the Autobot one. I'm finding a lot of the pieces in this set have mold bits on them, like little white pieces of plastic from the plastic mold still on them. I'm not sure what they call that, but like these little bits on the studs. It's all over the place. And I've seen it before, like every once in a while, but like every other piece in this set has it. This is feeling very Star Warsy in terms of the pieces being used, which makes sense. A lot of sci-fi type stuff. That's gonna be pretty big. It's called Flashing. Thanks, Grandpa. Appreciate it. Laserbeak has won with 7 votes. Laserbeak. Thanks, folks. And thank you, Cosmic. Okay. And then another one like this. Man, I remember messing around with cassette tapes. I used to do little recordings all the time. All right, so then this goes like it's like this. Deja vu. Do you build a lot of models, Grandpa, or do you just know enough about Lego to know what it's called? I have put that too close to the middle. Go there. Let's go farther back. And then this flips up. Something I love about these Transformer sets is that you just don't really know where they're going with it, you know? I was wondering if some of these 2-stud 4-long pieces were going to create some folding mechanism. Maybe not. This goes here. Oh, that's feet, I guess. I don't remember how the original Laserbeak functioned. Precise engineering on this stuff is just wild. Yeah, that's a much bigger cassette than I thought it was going to be. That's cool. That means that Soundwave is going to be massive. I love that these are pre-printed. Decepticon symbols. I made one of these in Satisfactory. Front of Devastator. And then this goes here. Oh my gosh, look at that. Isn't that cool? There's just enough wiggle room that you can fold it in. That is slick. Wow. That's really cool. I'm disappointed I didn't have time this morning to dig into my storage room and find my box of Transformers. I should really dig it out for the next stream. And like part of me obviously wants to have it, but I also like I haven't seen a Soundwave in forever. And I don't know whether grabbing one from my storage box is going to set my expectations too high. Like maybe it'd be better to wait until the end and then compare the Lego to the toy. So like I can just go through the process of like remembering and nostalgia, and because this I remember the shape of Laserbeak's wings. Like I totally remember that. I remember I used to hang out at my grandparents and I used to sit on the floor and build. I would do two things. I would either be playing with the transformer, transforming it from car to robot or robot to vehicle or whatever, back and forth, or building Lego. And my grandfather would just sit there in awe of like seeing a bunch of like pieces out like this, and then eventually after an hour or so I would have a thing, and he couldn't believe the kind of toys that were out there and available. Yeah, so fold it up like that. That's cool. Flip her over. This way. Oh, there's pre-printed mean eyes in the start of a beak on that piece. That's really cool. Not sure if everybody can see that. And I'm betting that that flips back up like that. The original G1 Soundwave toy, released in 1984, came with Buzzsaw, a yellow and blackbird cassette. However, Laserbeak went on to feature more prominently in the animated series, making the red and black companion more famous. Grumpa said, I did a bunch of injection back in the day, as well as lots of plain models. Very cool. Injection molding, right on. It's like read the book or watch the movie first. Yeah, Silvery, 100%. Yeah, when you're talking about the Transformer, like seeing the toy. So that's really cool. So you can extend the head out like that. You can bring the wings out as far as that. Oh, the wings go really far when you put the legs down. That is cool. Wow. Awesome. Where are we for time? I should probably take my first break. Folks, I take a break about once an hour. It is that time. I am going to pop out and get another cup of coffee. You should grab a friend, grab a snack, whatever it is that you need, and we'll be back in about 5 or 6 minutes.